Remains lay tucked away in a secluded area of East Columbus before being discovered. DNA results determining it was the body of a Hispanic teen reported missing.
But it was what forensic testing revealed that led to a homicide investigation. In our special report, Beyond the Yellow Tape, detectives want to know who killed a homeless 18-year-old who was in foster care.
This is 18-year-old Sergio Alamo. The Columbus teen disappeared without a trace in November 2021.
That afternoon, we were called out to the woods back behind Kysor Warren's factory.
About a year after Alamo went missing, an employee checking the storm drain for limbs and debris in the industrial park on Transport Boulevard stumbled across human bones, March 2023.
During a surface scatter search of an area approximately an acre, we were able to recover 75 to 80% of a human.
Homicide investigator and forensic anthropologist Sergeant RNicholas with the Columbus Police Department worked to positively ID the remains with the help of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. What they discovered next was jaw-dropping.
There was actually a bullet hole in the back of the skull.
And that discovery led you to do what next?
Going through missing persons reports to try to determine if we had anybody matching all of those demographics. There was only one, an individual named Sergio Alamo.
The next step was finding more about who was Sergio Alamo.
He had been a resident of multiple boys' homes here in Columbus. He also had a history of running away from those boys' homes. Sometimes he would be found in just a day or two, sometimes it might be a week, and he'd be returned only to run away and be reported missing again later. It was a vicious cycle.
The probe then led them to Oklahoma, where Alamo's grandmother and mother live. Using their DNA, detectives determined with 100% accuracy that the bones belonged to Sergio Alamo.
What was his mother and his grandmother's reaction to learning that he had died in such a gruesome way?
Relief to have an answer.
Before he died and soon after Sergio Alamo's disappearance, his grandmother traveled to Columbus from Oklahoma in early 2022 to find him. She did just that, but he was homeless, living in an East Columbus neighborhood that he was familiar with. She tried to convince him to go back to Oklahoma with her, but he refused.
Some resentment towards the family that had put him into the boys' home in the first place. His grandmother also believed that he had become comfortable with a lifestyle on the street.
Police have not received a single lead in this case since Sergio Alamo's remains were discovered because no one has come forward saying they even knew him.
I don't mind. I'll do the work. Just I need someone to be able to tell me who Sergio was, because once I can get a better understanding of who he was, what he was involved with, the type of people he was hanging around, even the area he was hanging around in, then that will help me to generate leads.
Your call to police could give Sergio Alamo's mother and grandmother the closure they've been waiting for.
And Sergeant Nicholas says the reason Sergio Alamo was in a boys' home is because his mother was addicted to drugs and his grandmother wasn't able to care for him. If you knew Sergio Alamo, you can contact Sergeant Nicholas via phone or email using the information on your screen.
You can also remain anonymous. Again, they need help with cases just like this.